Hey guys, it's Meko here.
Hey, and we're back with another edition of Sidebar with Meko and Sam. Today we're going to talk about giving advice to our younger selves. You know, we're a little bit older now. We've gone around the mountain a couple times, and we just thought we would want to give some advice to other women who might be in our situation today, some younger women, younger men for that matter. We just have some nuggets we'd like to share. So Miko's going to go first.
Yes, guys. Hi. Okay, so yes. So the three things that I would tell myself, it would be, well, first it would be to make money. That's one. And then the second one would be it's okay to be myself. And then the last one is, along with kindness, and Christ, it would be patience. And I just want to break that down just a little bit. So the reason I said money is because I didn't grow up thinking that it was as important as it is.
Right.
You know, I knew money could buy things. I knew how, important it was or whatever, but not as important as it is,
Right.
So I would tell myself to make money and make as much of it as I possibly can and do the right things with it. And then as far as me being myself, that's the second thing that I would tell my younger self, because I never wanted to be someone else, but I did want to be something else. So I would pull from everybody versus just looking at, what do I like though? Like, what makes me happy? Like, what's going to get me to the money, or what's going to get me to, because I don't have to tell myself about happiness and loyalty and kindness, because that's what my younger self was doing. Because I was a good kid. I've always wanted to help people. So I've always had that. Some of it was instilled from my family, but some of it was just instilled from Meko learning and learning about life and, so that's it. And patience. That's why I said my younger self, I tell myself patience to go along with all of that Christ loving and being kind to people, things like that. So, okay, that's me. What about your three?
Okay, so my first one would be to listen to my elders.
Okay.
Girl, let me tell you something. I bumped my head a lot. I was always very headstrong, always very smart, very book smart, and street smart to some extent when I was younger. But for whatever reason, when I became a teenager, I was like, Mama, you don't know nothing. You know, this is the new generation. You don't know nothing. And thinking back, had I listened to some of the stuff that she said, I wouldn't have had to bump my head as hard as I did. So that's my first advice. You know, your parents, your grandparents, the elders in your family, they didn't get this far by doing nothing. You know, they bump their head too. So my advice to you is, if you're younger or even if you're older, if you have an elder in your life, just at least take the time to listen to what they have to say and just try to understand that 9 times out of 10 is coming from a place where they want to see you avoid the pitfalls that they fell into. Okay. Number two, I would have created a better financial foundation for myself. Meaning sorry, but kind of coming up, it was a struggle. It was a struggle for my family. Like, my dad had, my mom didn't, but we lived with my mom. So it was really tough. And I didn't understand credit. I didn't understand paying your bills on time and the importance of that and how that follows you for the rest of your life. I didn't understand the importance of building your credit. I'm sorry, and taking care of a savings or a checking account, just basic things that we need to be doing as adults. So that's another thing. I would really, if I could go back, I would definitely pay everything on time, pay everyone that I owe. Okay.
I know,
and
right?
Because boy, that start was rough, honey.
Girl,
it was a rough start, honey. It was rough and it was unnecessary. But again, I kind of had this conversation last night with a group of people. It's kind of, it was kind of our reality though, because coming up as kids, we was like, every day was the first of the month we was good. We had all the food, everything was popping, we go in the refrigerator, everything was there.
Yeah.
But come the 20th, the 23rd, 25th.
Yeah.
Girl, we up here hungry, scratching our bellies, like, what's going on? Ain't no food in here. We got up here wait for the first, second, and third of the month. So, it's just important to not get stuck, in that type of lifestyle, because it will overwhelm you. And if you're already there, that's okay. That's okay. But you've never gone so far as to where you can't pull your credit report today and pay these people. You know, call them, make an arrangement. 9 times out of 10, if it's been on your credit for a long time, you have more leverage than they do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ask him for an arrangement. Just settle for half. Figure some stuff out and get your financial house back in order.
Yeah.
So that you can really prosper in a different way and reach that next level. The last piece of advice that I have is it's okay. It's okay to make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. I promise you, there's no one who walked this life perfectly. The goal is to learn from that mistake. You can't keep calling it a mistake if you keep doing it. That's not a mistake. I tell my kids that that's called an on purpose. At that point, you did that on purpose.
I tell my kids it's called a choice at that point.
There you go. There you go. Like the first time, I get it, you know, and maybe even sometimes the second time, but dagnabbit, you know, when are you gonna
choice.
Right. When are you going to take accountability for your actions?
Yeah.
You know, you can't blame other people at a certain point in time of where you are in life. You can't blame other people for the decisions that you make. That's irresponsible. You know, so at some point in time, you have to do something with those mistakes. You have to turn them into a success. Yeah. So those are the 3 things that I have for my younger self and for anyone else who's listening that, you know, if I wish I could go back, I'd have redid all 3 of them with the quickness. Yeah.
I mean, you know, and I agree. And then, you know, and I also wrote down, you know, and I would tell myself now, like politics matter to a certain extent.
Right.
You know, your voice matters.
Yeah.
Get involved in your community. And if your community seems like it's doing okay, join in with doing something else. Because you know what, Sam, it helps. And not just Sam, like all of you guys that's listening, who's ever listening. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get this computer together.
You good.
Who's ever listening, you know, get involved with your community. You can do so many different things that can propel you to the next level. To get involved with your community activities, love on yourself, develop a relationship with Christ early on, and keep that relationship, and know that money matters, Sam. I don't care. Like, I got to stay on that money thing, because I knew how important money was, but I wish I had known more. That's why I would tell my younger self that. I would tell my present self that. And I would tell the people of the next generation how important it is to own your own land, own property, own this, own that, put your name, get some, like all of these things. Because right now, trying to do it and take care of house and home and your kids and this and that, and you never know, divorce can come. All kind of things can happen in your life. But yeah, I mean, besides that, like what else would you suggest as of now to a young person that's just right now just so happen to hear this broadcast, and they're trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to help myself? Or even if they don't like college or school, of course, get an education, but they just may need some sort of advice. Advice not even the word that I'm looking for, but go ahead.
Sure, absolutely. I would tell that individual, listen, what is it that you would do for the rest of your life for free? Just think about it. Right. And if you just need a couple of days, think about it. Some people can draw, some people can paint, some people can write, some people can do hair, some people can barber, some people can train, some people can coach. I mean, like across the board, like what would you do? Close your eyes. What do you enjoy doing? What are you passionate about? Like, because that's generally where you were called to cause like a change. Yeah. Meaning, like, you know, it's been said, those who can't do teach. Yeah. Like, I'm telling you, like LeBron James, his coach probably never went pro, and he damn sure didn't go as far as he went. So there was somebody who poured into his life. There was somebody who poured into T.D. Jake's life, you know, and he'll bring him up on the stage from time to time. He was like, man, this man had an old storefront church. Yeah. I'm talking about like that, like they were back there frying chicken to raise money. But he was like, this man poured into me. So it's not about big level, because sometimes some people make it big, but then there are so many more people who feed the dreams of other people, you know, and maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I would say pray, definitely pray. And, you know, because our creator knows what he created us for. So pray and seek God. But after that, you got to do something. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be easier to do what you already know how to do. Yeah. So that's what I would suggest. And then I just wanted to piggyback on the money thing. I think that money thing is 100% so important. Even the Bible says that it says money answereth all things. That's what it
It
says.
does.
Yeah, but then it also says the love of money is the root of all evil. I think that's what it is.
I mean,
Is the root of
I
evil.
know it says that
Yeah. It says that too.
because that's what I lived by for a while, and I just was like, I have to get that out of my system because what I am on is not. I think it's the love of money.
Yeah, it's the love of money that'll get you caught up, because then that's when you'll start doing things to get it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So money is good because it's going to answer every problem that we talked about on this clip. 9 times out of 10 is going to be resolved with money. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to answer the questions that we have in life. It's going to make our life better. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, if you're willing to do whatever it takes for $1, where's your integrity?
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I think that's the thing, and that's what I teach my kids. Along with when I get to talking about money and how important it is, I also teach them about wisdom. When you gain things, I teach them about caring about people. That's why I be posting all those things about my daughter. She's helping the homeless. You help people. You give out. You don't. I don't think that you have to give your all. Like just completely exhaust yourself in doing so many things just to prove a point to whomever, even if it's to yourself. No, you don't have to prove that to yourself. Prove to yourself that you are happy in doing that. Not doing it for some purpose that's gonna drive you. Long as that's what, like you said, if it's making you happy to do it every day, that's why I was like, yep, I agree. Because if it's making you happy every day, do that and work towards that. And I think that that is just, you'll gain so much prosperity from that.
Absolutely. That's our individual contribution to the world. And imagine if everybody did that. You get what I'm saying? Like the 7 billion people here. Imagine if everybody just did their part and stop looking across the other lane to see what somebody else doing. Stop trying to judge what they got, you know, their nice little house over there and you over here in an apartment. You know, if you just focus on what you have, the gift that you have, you know, it will make room for you, you know. Your gift will absolutely make room for you. So just stay focused. I know it's hard. I know you turn on your TV and you watch the videos and everybody seems to be flashing. But I was talking to my son earlier today, you can't go back by that at all. You don't even know. Like just because somebody is pulling up in whatever they pulling up in, I mean, it doesn't matter, but it could be rented. You know, they could be struggling. They could be one check away from financial ruins. Like you don't know. And it's it's really none of your business. But at the end of the day, you should want more than trying to, like you said, trying to impress somebody else. You should want more out of that in life.
I mean, and in closing, like, I mean, we could keep going or we could change the subject or we can close it out. But I do want to say this, to whoever listening, whether you're old, young, successful, on your way to being successful, success then failed, whatever the situation is, especially if you're younger, develop your own relationship with Christ.
Absolutely.
And if you can't, for some reason, if you can't, or for some reason, if you feel like, okay, God, like, I don't know how to do this, get around someone who is Christ-like, or get a great mentor. Sometimes it's okay to get a mentor, not necessarily get all up in the church and get your Bible and you're doing all of this. I mean, I can't discourage that, but I'm not going to push that onto somebody. I'm not going to I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But I will suggest develop a relationship with Christ. Pray, talk to him as if you're talking to you and me or your sister, or your brother, or your cousin, or your auntie. You know, talk to him like, you know, and if you feel like I can't just be talking to somebody, I feel like I'm talking to the air. Okay, I understand that. That's why I say get a mentor, get a counselor, get somebody in your life that's on a different level. You know, and that doesn't mean that you're less than, but get someone that's just on a different level because they can teach you how to navigate through that thing.
Absolutely. They've been there, they've done that. I mean, that's who I want to learn from. I want to learn from somebody who genuinely has my best interests at heart. And they done been around the block, you know what I'm saying? And they can tell me what to look out for. They can instruct me, they can help me. You have to be teachable, you know, but you're going to go far. And then one day you'll be the teacher. You know what I'm saying? But you got to learn something. So that's all I got.
That's all I got too.
Okay.
So. Do you guys and have fun and live your life as best. What Jill say, live your life like it's golden.
Like it's golden, baby.
How about
you know,
that?
we only get one of them, so you better be doing something with it.
Yes.